What does it take to be one of the top agents in the entire East Valley, running your own team while being a mom? Well, on this episode, we have our guest, Heather Openshaw. She shares all things about her business, but also we get to know her on a personal level. And let me tell you, her story is an inspiring one. I can't wait for you to listen. Welcome to The Real Deal, episode 117. I'm your host, Janine Igliani, with my co-host, Ryan Hatcher.
What's up, guys?
And our guest today is a friend of mine, somebody who I really respect and admire because she's built an amazing real estate business. And I love her passion for her family and for just doing a great job in our industry. And so this is going to be a really fun conversation. So Heather Openshaw, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yes.
And side note, you guys may be the only couple that we've had on separately. No, we had another one.
Did we?
But yes, we had Sam on, your husband.
Yes,
too, which was
Sam's
fun.
the fun one. I'm the more serious one.
No, this will be good. But Heather, we always want to start at the very, very beginning. So we want to know, who are you? Where did you grow up? And then how did you get into real estate?
Okay, so I grew up in a really small town called Parker, Arizona, which is like 1 square mile on an Indian reservation.
How many people?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, my high school graduating class, we started my freshman year with 215 and we ended with 97.
Wow.
So that'll tell you the success graduation rate. Proof that you can go to any school and be just fine. But anyways, it was 1 square mile. There's 2 stoplights. Only one is necessary. And the town can never grow because it's got Indian reservation all around it. People go to Parker for the river. So a lot of people from California will come down.
Yep.
They use the river on the weekends and then they go back home. So a little town, went to school at U of A. I wanted what PetSmart was actually. So in my mind growing up, I wanted to have like a retail center, kind of like what you guys have here. And it would have like a grooming salon and a vet clinic and all of the things for pets, which is exactly what PetSmart did. So I went to U of A, thought I was going to be a veterinarian. Me and science weren't friends, so we ex-nayed that. I graduated there, and I went to work for PetSmart corporate. So when I was in college, though, I got my real estate license. I thought I was going to buy a house, which I should have, knowing now, right? I should have bought the house, but I didn't. I paid rent for 4 years.
Which also is a side note. Everybody always says I should have bought the house.
Oh, yeah.
So buy it and hold it long enough. It'll be worth it.
Yes, because if we all think back to our parents' house or our grandparents' house, it is lower priced when we first were in that house than it is now. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
So I could have had one in Tucson, but we don't. So anyways, I got my license there with my mom. Actually, we went to school together, graduated, and then I went and worked for Coldwell Banker. They had a really good training program. So I sold houses in Tucson when I was in college. And then I never thought of it as a career. Like for some reason in my mind, a career was going to work for a corporate, something like that. So that's what I did. I went and worked for PetSmart in the stores first. So huge learnings there, because I think one of my learnings in life is that you think everyone else is like you, and until you see people that are different than you, you don't realize it. And then my example is I used to get up at 4 a.m. to lead a crew, and you know how like when your parents told you to take out the trash, like maybe your mom would put it by the door, like you grab it and you go, right? These people will step over the trash. And you never realize, like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Like, so it was like it was so good for me to work really, really hard. Those people work so hard in retail. So it was good. Then I went and worked for Boeing for a minute, corporate PetSmart. And while I was at PetSmart, I was selling houses part-time. And so when your full-time job starts making more than your part-time job, you kind of, or opposite, your part-time makes more than your full-time, you got to kind of reevaluate things.
Right.
So I was working at a company, I won't say the name because I hated it, to be closer to my son, because Cooper actually, they thought he had cerebral palsy and things like that. And so
I never knew that.
Yeah, so he was doing a lot of therapies and stuff, and my mother-in-law was a huge blessing and would take him to it, but I had mom guilt around it. And so I quit that job because I was commuting an hour one way to work closer to him so I could be a mom, and what I thought was a mom in that time. And then I got pregnant with Corbin, and I talked to Sam and I was like, okay, I think I want to sell real estate. I was selling 24 houses and had a full-time job and had these
Amazing.
2 kids, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So I was like, I think I maybe want to do this like full time. But I grew up, which you guys probably did too, where your parents, they tell you to get the same job, right? And then you work there for 30 years and your retirement and you save in your 401k. And if you can't afford something, then you shouldn't want it, right? Like all those
I think
things.
not even your parents, but just society as a whole tells you that. The school system sets you up for that, right?
Yeah, so I told Sam, and he's like, yeah, like go ahead. Like he believed in me more than I believed in myself, which is awesome to have a partner like that.
Yes.
So I gave myself my maternity leave, 12 weeks. And I said, if I could sell X number of houses in 12 weeks, then I won't go back. And that's what I did. I drug Corbin around in his little infant car seat, and we went and I started by building a farm like you did. I didn't know what it was. I just would get a listing in there before the next, and that was my goal. Can I get a listing in here before I sell this one?
Love that.
And then just built it like that.
Yeah.
So
what were some of those things that you did to make sure that you got another listing before that one sold?
I think, so I would send a mailer, right, and tell everyone I just sold it, I just sold it, I just sold it, so they saw it. And then I built community events in there, and it was only 200 houses. And I would door knock every single one. I partnered with the lender in there. And open houses was honestly the best thing you can do because you're meeting all those people. So I had a database full of the people. I would volunteer at every event that was possible, create my own events, and then I would door knock and tell everybody that I sold a house or what was going on in the neighborhood, and I just built relationships in there. It was good too because it was only 200, and it was just me.
Yes.
So I was able to really get that
That's awesome.
going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So 4 months in, I don't even know if you know this about me, 4 months into quitting my job with benefits, all the things, and I know how to succeed. Like I could go up the ladder and be a VP. Like I knew the corporate game, all that stuff. I had played in a volleyball game with my family, and the bottom of my feet started getting numb. I was like, this is weird.
Yes, you told me
The
this.
tingling started coming up. Long story short, I have multiple sclerosis. And so I had this brand new baby. I couldn't walk for 3 weeks. I couldn't pick him up. I was in like a little walker. My mom had to help me go to the bathroom. Like it was awful. And at that point I had to make a decision. Like I needed to decide if I needed to go back to corporate, get the benefits, the 401k, all the secure, what we think is secure, right? Or do I go do real estate? And there was a fire in my belly that was like, you just need to do this, right?
Yeah.
And so I made the decision and I did it and I never looked back. And so that's when I started building a team for all the wrong reasons. I thought it was because I needed a showing partner because I couldn't walk up the stairs. Like what if, right? And that just snowballed and then lots of things, and then here we are today.
Yeah. Really quick, can you touch on how you acquired agent's business as he was exiting?
Yeah, so I built a relationship with Jesse Herfel. He's a really great mentor of mine. And I think he probably just saw me in the bullpen working and stuff like that and realized that like I thought that's what you do. I didn't know any different, that you could stay home on Tuesday afternoons, like, because that's not how I was corporate. I treated it like it was a corporate job because it was to me.
Yes.
So he...
Which, by the way, Heather, that is just that piece of wisdom is huge. So many people get into real estate for the flexibility, but they also get out because of the flexibility because they don't have that structure. And you have to be able to create that structure for yourself. And at the end of the day, you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Yes.
just reps. And so many people, they don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And you got to eat the frog. Whatever is the worst thing, you have to do it first. I even do it in
always.
we have a trainer.
Make the hardest phone call first.
Yes, get it over with.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was say we have a trainer and she'll give us 5 exercises and I'll listen to all the 5 and whatever's the worst one is the one I'll go do first. And I'm like, that's what you got to do in life.
Can I just say that is such a wisdom, and I try to tell my kids that too. Like, get the hard stuff done first, do your chores first, whatever, and then go play. And so many people are like, well, let me do this or get it done and then go.
Yes.
Just that little piece of wisdom, implementing that in your life will help. So, yeah.
Yes.
Also why you're successful. Okay,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, but you asked my question, but I forgot. Sorry.
No, so we were just talking about acquiring Jesse's team
Oh, yeah.
and really building your business.
Yeah, so he was exiting to go do some other things, which I never at the time understood why, but now that I've been in the business, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. There's evolutions, and you need to be around the people in your evolution. And you have to decide what you want your life to look like. And there can be 20 successful people, but their success is at a different time than yours, and that's okay. And yeah. So anyway, so he was exiting, and so I took over his business, and so there was challenges around it. So he had a huge database. Mine was little, but mine, I knew everyone, right? And his was cold to me, right? And so I had some learning lessons from that of how to like make both of those work, because there's mets and haven't mets, right? And there's two different ways to work that business, and it's different. And so yeah, I took that over, and then still to this day, my team calls on that database, and we find listings and buyers in there and work it just like we did. We built systems and processes around it, and it's been pretty good for both of us.
So would you say, in looking at your business, because you've had some evolutions, right?
Yes.
You've had a big team, small team, almost solo and all of that. What do you think is kind of this keys to your success that you would say, these are for me, like our non-negotiables, this is what we hold to? Like I would say as an outsider, right, your ISA is a big one for you. You just said your systems and models.
Yeah. So I think as you grow, there's evolutions of that. So so people are scared of the phone. They hate the phone is evil, whatever. I did not do the phone at the beginning. I did open houses, and I did them for a week. But while I'm doing open houses, because I was avoiding something, the phone, right? My family was swimming in the pool without me. So like I had to miss out on part of my kids' lives because I wasn't willing to do another sort of lead generation. So was I successful? Did I make the money I wanted to? 100%. But at some point I had to make a decision, and everyone can. I could either keep doing that. Today I still could do that, right? Or I could do something while my kids are at school. And so that is how I went from doing less open houses and more, what can I do between 9 and 3 when they're there? And for me, the eating the frog of calling those people is less painful than missing out on my kids. And so I made a decision. I don't care if it sucks or I don't really like it as much, because I would much rather go do this. That's okay, because I can do it in that time. And I don't think there's any better things that you can do during that time for me to do that. So
because having open houses at noon on Tuesday aren't as effective as Saturday.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, there's ways around it. You could work a 55 plus community, which means you're going to be driving to get paperwork signed, and they're going to be maybe a lower price point, right? And so again, it's just a decision that you have to make. Are you willing to do those things? If you are, and communicate with a different population, then great, do it. If not, then find what you want.
Yeah, I always say there's a million different ways to do real estate.
Mm-hmm. Which is good and bad. Yeah.
So Heather, there's so many things that I want to talk to you about, and like directions that we could go in. One of the things that I want to highlight is your mind. You very much are an entrepreneur. So you own various variety of businesses, and talk to us about some of that, some of the wins and the losses and all of that.
Yeah, I want to know, like, a resort, like how does that even come into play?
Yeah. So I think it is a part of those, like the key points that you talk about. So from not doing open houses to the phones to hiring ISAs, I realized that in the organization we're in, they talk about the 7th level, which means that you as a rainmaker are not selling properties anymore. I think it's fake news, to be honest. And I was working towards that until I realized there's other ways to do it. And so what I've done is, instead of, I say this for my agents too, I can teach you how to make a lot of money. It's easy. But what are you doing with the money? And if I'm teaching you how to have a higher life and buy Louis Vuittons and do all of those things when your foundation isn't right, then I'm just making a monster. The same 100%. Thing for us. And so what we did is, I don't know if you know this, but when my kids were little, we used to flip houses. And how we did that was we didn't have any money. And so I had to partner with my parents. And so like I own a house today with my dad, and I do all the work and everything for it, but I wouldn't have had that opportunity if he didn't sign on for me, and it's half his, right? And you just got to do what you do, because if you don't got money, you got to get a partner. Yep. Sam would work his full-time job, and this was before I quit. We would too, and on the weekends we would go down, and I swear Cooper has asbestos in his lungs from a house in Tempe, because we would go down there and he would sit on the pack and play and just cry and cry and cry. Anyway, so I guess my point is that we learned sacrifice, and so we would use that money to save for other things, right? And so we would try to save it, and then we'd buy another one and things like that. And so now my goal around real estate is just to use all of that money for investments. So we've bought in resorts. They're in Minnesota. It was through people I've met. So Beth was a realtor. She was my friend. I made a friend with her, and then she's like, hey, I'm going to sell this. Are you interested? And we looked at the numbers, and businesses are actually, in my opinion, more profitable from a cash flow statement right now than real estate is, because anyways, we'll leave that for some other day. Yeah. So we bought businesses, and so we bought a resort first. And I'm like, okay, we can do this. I learned SBA financing and all of those tricks. And then I'm like, well, if you have one, you could do two with the systems and processes in it. So we have two right now. And then,
which, by the way, they're beautiful. I've been to both. They're so
They're
fun. We want to go back again.
Right?
So highly recommend Ottertail
And Brophy Lake Resort.
Yep. Oh, so good. Yes.
So we got those, and then we went and branched off to a store in Washington. I don't love that purchase. I hate it, actually, but
that's okay, right? Like, I think that's something too that so many people like, well, what if I make a bad decision? Like, okay, you'll learn, right?
Yeah, you move on. Yeah. And every time you learn something, it's like, so over there I learned inventory and how to account for inventory, and like how to be a better manager from afar and things like that. So everything has a skill that we've learned from, and you can't be afraid to fail. Like, people like flip houses. We lost our butts off on one, like $70,000 when Sam was sick. And I don't think people share enough that it's just like housing. Like, you're not going to win every time. Yes. Like, and sometimes you're not going to win, and that's okay, because what did you learn from it? And I would rather fail trying it than not do it.
100%. I think when you have those failures or whatever, learning, right? Whatever you want to call it, it's because you're doing something.
Yes.
Right? And that's just the price of doing business and actually doing something. So if you want to stay safe, it goes back to the Bible, right? And the parable with the talents, like the one who did nothing with it, right? Like, if you're doing something, there's going to be wins and losses, but ultimately you'll learn from it and you will be better. Same thing. I had a similar situation this year where there were a few things where I lost money, and I'm like, and I was talking to my coach about it, and he's like, but if you had to do it again, you would do it again.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, you're right. Yeah. So it just is what happens. Price of doing business.
Price to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many people are watch on the sidelines and don't do anything and just go to a boring old job and hate it and hate their jobs and just live for the weekend. Like, if you don't like it, change it. Yeah. You can.
I think that's one of the things that I love about you, Heather. And this kind of goes to what you were saying earlier about the people that you're getting in the rooms with, people that can help you to think differently or think bigger or challenge you to be like, wow, they're doing that, right? I can do that. I think that's something that you do really well. And I think it's super inspiring, because you've done really great things, and it's not like anything magical. You just did it.
Literally not.
Right? Yes. You just did it.
There's no magic.
Talk to us. So a big part of your journey, so you've already shared so many big pieces with us, but another really big part is Sam's diagnosis and that journey and all of that went into that. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So, well, you've had him, so you know his story. Long story short,
watch Sam's episode.
Yeah. Yes. There we go. He got sick unexpectedly, and I had some huge learnings from that, as well as from my coach. Just wrote a book called The 10-Year Letter. It's kind of the same. So,
so good.
Basically, when you think that your best friend from 14 is going to die and believe that in your heart, you change who you are.
Yeah.
And you can give your permission to change, because the person you are, it's okay to evolve, even if it means evolving with different people or losing people along the way. And I know I've shared with you, like, my team looks different than it did before. And I can't beat myself up that because of what happened and what God walked us through, that we are different people than we were 15 months ago. And that's okay. So I hope if somebody learns something from me, it's that it is okay to change, and it is okay if you're not the same person and the same people are around you, and that's okay. So I learned how fragile life is, and that's how we live it. Like, every day, like, you can come home and you can sit on the couch, or you can go out and ride the bikes with your kids. And I choose to go do those things. And so we're always doing something. And it's because people like Scott Latham, who's a firefighter, died of cancer when he was 39. He doesn't get to do that anymore, and we do. And we have ready, willing, and able bodies that can walk, like, and run. And if we're not doing that, I think that's a disservice. And I think it's a calling from God for us to use our bodies and be active and do the things and build relationships. And that is my takeaway from all of that.
I absolutely love that. So for those that are listening that haven't listened to Sam's episode, he got a diagnosis that basically was telling him he was terminal, and it turned around that it wasn't, and he is doing so well now.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing, just an absolutely amazing story. And that really brought Sam to his knees and made his faith so important. And to your point, when you have those moments, it really puts things in perspective of what really, really matters.
Yeah.
And so much for me, I hear your story and can relate in so many ways. And I even like going through hard times with clients or hard situations. And, we were talking about this earlier. We have an agent on our team that's dealing with a hard thing right now. Like, when we're on our deathbeds, none of that is going to matter. We won't even think about it.
Yep.
So why do I give it so much credibility today, right? But the things that will matter are my family, right? Loving those people around me. And to your point, like, we have that ability now. So we have to use it to the best of our ability. I also think too, as a business owner and the people that we get to service, I want to serve them like to the best of my ability, because I believe that they're gifts too, that God's like entrusted me with, right? And so I want to do a great job for them too. So it's not just like personally, it does like transfer into our business too, to make sure that we're doing a great job, because the things that we do have an impact on others. So I think it's amazing. I know that going through that made your faith so much more real to you, right? Like, you're looking at, like you said, losing your best friend of 14 years, like, everything gets put in perspective.
Yeah. And then I see there's an agent on my team who's dealing with cancer right now too. And there was a feeling in my house, and I don't know how to describe it, but when Sam was sick, there was a feeling that you just knew like God was there and you could just feel it. And it's the first time in my life I've ever felt that. I've seen his blessings through tithing before, through financially and stuff like that, but never like that. And she's sick, and I think that she's getting that same feeling too. And it is like so awesome to watch. And you would never wish cancer and things like that on anyone, but man, is it so cool that there is a blessing like on the other side of that. And so Sam's actually been having a little bit of issues with his balance lately, and he's supposed to be better, all the thing. And he's like, what if God is leaving this lingering amount, because he knows that as soon as it's gone, I will go back to my old Sam. And so he's trying to see it as like a blessing of like, yeah, I can do the things I want to do. Yeah, maybe it's not 100% like I used to, but what if that is the reminder that I'm changed and that I have work to do here. So
that's so good.
Cool perspective.
What do you think the biggest change is for both of you?
Mine is for, like, you think you have forever to live and you don't. And so what can we, instead of like pushing off things that are like I said, like swimming with my kids or like something like that, I would usually be like, no, I have to go do something dumb in my CRM, or you know what I mean? Like, not dumb, but you know what I mean? Like, yes. That is not going to be on my deathbed. Right. No one cares if I didn't send that email, right? Like, so like my email is out of control and I'm okay with it. And I used to not be okay with it. You know why? Because that means that I got to spend time with my kids. So for me, it's a learning of like how to utilize that time and make it important. And when I'm at work doing the things I'm supposed to do, I mean, we can all waste 3 hours chit-chatting, right? Or we can get in there, do the work and leave. So mine is that Sam's his relationship with God and his walk and always trying to be a better person and trying to learn from everything and see like, okay, what path are you trying to take me down now? And so like really being a listener, and then just like focusing on like, how do you not forget those lessons? Because it's easy to be like, okay, I'm better, and then move on. But that, no, 100%. Like where we were is where we always need to be. And how do you stay there?
100%. That's so good. Okay, Heather, I want to shift gears just ever so slightly because you're on this health journey that's
Yes.
kind of amazing. And I love that you're like sharing it on social media because I think it's so inspiring. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I don't even know where to start. I've been like, if I could go back to the weight when I first thought I was overweight, that would be so awesome. I just grew up with a family that like has terrible genes, and we had terrible habits and like all the things, right? Like all the things working against. And I'm embarrassed to say this out loud, but it is. So I have a wedding dress that I love, and I got married a long time ago in 2008. And I always thought I would wear my wedding dress on every anniversary because wives just they get it and then they never wear it,
Yes.
right? But I loved mine, so why would I only wear it once? I went to go put that stupid thing on the first year and I couldn't get it on. And I was like, oh my gosh. So you think I would have dealt with it then, but I didn't. And I realized why now. I had some like mental work and stuff to do. Anyways, so when I was 23, I was gonna have a lap band surgery. And the day before, you know how you go and do the blood work, my platelets were low. So if he would have like cut me open, we would have been donezo. So then I was like in my head, that must have been God telling me not to do it. So I've lived with that. That must have been God for 20 something years, right? Anyways, so I got over that, and I had a bad hip, but I was so scared of having surgery, which is so stupid. But anyways, I did it. That's where I was at. So I ended up doing it last July, and I'm so glad. So glad. It's given me so much more energy, confidence, all of the things. But what's interesting is I didn't realize I was missing out on those things because I felt like what was important to me, like my kids, like the horses and stuff, I did all of that stuff. It's just I would let other things go. So I gave the example on my Facebook, like say you're walking out and there's a piece of trash on the ground, like I wouldn't pick it up. I would walk over it. And like subconsciously, I think it really was my body saying like, save your energy for things that are important, because you don't have the energy to go do all of those things plus the things that you want to do. And so now I feel like I do. So I've just like figured out like how to get more protein in and things like that. And then I'm lost 75 pounds so far. And I'm going to do a half marathon. This is my year of like, whatever is like hard for me, I'm going to do it. So like a half marathon is like a misogi to me, which is, there's two rules to that is you only have a 50% chance of finishing and you can't die. And so for me, I have a good business. I have a great relationship with my husband. My kids are amazing. And like, that's my thing, is my health is my one thing that is not easy to me. And so to finish that, like even just like thinking about it is like going to be so amazing. So that one. And then I've been roping with my husband. So it's rodeo. Yeah. But like by the end of the year, I will do a competition because I don't like to be embarrassed. Like I will like study and everything because I will not be embarrassed.
So
like
couples thing?
Yeah, or sometimes they do it with just one, like girls will chase one down. But I'm going to do it because there's people watching you and it's uncomfortable. And like, how much stronger am I going to be mentally if I can do that and run my half marathon? Yeah, Phoenix Marathon, if you guys want to do it.
That is so
It's not
awesome.
too late.
What is it?
December 12th.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Go for it.
That was like how I felt with running Ragnar. It's like, I was like, there's insane. And then I did it twice, right? Like,
Twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so good. I think there's so many lessons to be learned in pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, doing something physically hard. Mm-hmm. Like I heard you say it in one of your videos, like, it was when you were talking with Corbin, you're like, we can do hard things.
Yes.
Right? I love that so much. And I think that when you build that muscle, it helps you in so many other areas of your life, right? When you feel good, it shows up in how you show up for everybody else, right? There's so many like things that it ricochets into that you don't even realize.
Yeah. There's a book called The Comfort Crisis. Have you read it?
Mm-mm.
You need to read
But
it.
I've heard it.
The premise of it is everything we do is to be comfortable. So like think about, we don't even roll up our windows anymore. Now we don't even drive. We have Teslas, right? Every single thing is to be more comfortable. But what is that doing to us as a society? And like what are our kids going to do if they run out of gas and they can't walk a mile because it's freaking hot? Like there's so many things. And so the same thing with like getting in my car, like sometimes I'll leave the air conditioner off. So like, cause we need to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like let's be uncomfortable now when we're choosing to, so that
Yeah.
way when we don't have a choice, like we're fighting cancer and something like that,
Yeah.
we are like prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
so what can we do to be
Right?
uncomfortable?
It doesn't take you down. I love that.
That's a great concept in general. It's just our society is obsessed with the pursuit of comfort,
Everything.
and it's killing us.
Literally. It's making us obese and eat bad food and like all the things because we don't want to grow a garden. Like,
We don't
Totally.
move. Yeah.
yeah, we don't move. Yes.
I do a lot of self-talk, especially when I'm working out, and I'm like, Janine, embrace the suck. It's hard because this is when you're actually building muscle, right? Like, and it's supposed to be hard. And when we're in business and we're struggling and we're dealing with having those hard conversations, I always say, like, this is why I'm not like everybody else, because I can have the hard conversations, right? Whereas so many others can't. So it does transfer into so many other areas of your life. Heather, I want to know, when we talk about business, what are some of your philosophies that you would say, this guides my business? This is what I live by when it comes to my business.
So, the first thing is like always do the right thing. Like, in everything, I try to do it in everything in my life. Like, if the grocery store clerk doesn't ring up a thing, I will go back in and like get it rerung because I'm like, And the same thing with real estate. If you hire an agent who can't afford to not have that commission, then there's nothing that says that they're going to do the right thing. So like, I feel like in all things, you have to like do that right thing. And then just like the normal principles, like I told you, it's like corporate. Like, I get up every single morning. I'm at the office by 9. We do a huddle, right? All of those things, and treating it like it's a business is important to me. Just like doing a good job for people so you get referrals. I do love this is why I don't drink alcohol, because I would probably be an alcoholic, but I love the win. Like, I love the fire in my belly. Like, to negotiate something, I love it. Like, to be able to sit at a table and have someone say, I'm not going to do a price adjustment, and then you show them how it makes sense and like figure out how to unlock that. It just, like, I love it. I'm a little fiend on it. So like...
Thank you for watching the episode. You know, our podcast is called The Real Deal, where real estate meets real life. And I love sharing these real life stories, but we are also in the real estate business. And so if you have any real estate needs, maybe you're thinking about buying or selling or wanting to invest in real estate, we would love to help you. Let's talk about your family. What are some of those guiding principles that you honor and hold dear to when it comes to your family?
They're probably similar to my business. So we can do hard things. And so always. We've been doing something called gigs, which I love. So gigs, if you have kids, you need to do gigs. So basically what it was is, at the beginning of the summer, we created a list of opportunities to earn money. And so they got to pick them. And then I added the things that are important to me. So like working out, for example, I wanted to build a good habit. So I will pay them $5 for every time they work out. They're, what other ones do they have? Like dishes. Well, not dishes, because that's just being a part of our family. You have to do that.
It's a chore.
Yes. So feeding the horses. Okay. So we have all of these things, right? And we decided that they can spend their gig money on whatever they want. I don't care how dumb it is that I would never spend. I don't care. It's your money, right? But this summer, everything they spent was from their gigs. So like, Corbin went to a birthday party and he wanted to get this kid a basketball. So we went to Target, right? And he's really looking at the price of the basketball. I'm like, oh, if it was my money, he would have never done that, right? Yeah. So he gets the basketball and I'm like, well, don't we need some tissue paper and stuff? He goes, no, I don't think so. And so he was ready to just take that ball. Yeah.
Just get the ball, buddy.
Yeah. We get in the checkout line and he sees this Hershey bar and it was like half broke. And he's like, I really want the Hershey bar. Go right ahead. How much gig money do you have? And then he didn't buy it, right? And then this is my favorite. At the end, he's like, where's the receipt? Because we had bought a couple other things. And he starts like subtracting. I'm like, what do you need that for? He goes, I'm taking the tax out. He's like, you're going to pay the tax. No, I'm not. That's your.
That's so
welcome to real life. And then Cooper, he saved up enough of his gig money to be able to buy a violin. So, which is awesome. So it's really cool to see it kick in. Oh, and so one of my favorite things is he on his own has now made a routine. So he knows he likes to play instruments. So we pay for one, and anything extra, that's fine. It's your money, right? And so now he's made a schedule to where like he works out in the morning with us, and then he gets up enough time to go feed his dad's horses. And then he knows if he ropes the dummy, because that's what I want him to do, then that's for $5. So he has them scheduled on his phone to where it beeps to go off, and he never had that. So
Yeah.
Cool.
there's something about them learning those skills before they're out that has been really amazing to watch this summer.
I want to see the list of your gigs.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That's cool.
Yeah, and you let them make it too, because rub your feet is one of them. That's my gig.
Yeah.
They do it.
That's awesome.
They're all, some are only $2, some are higher, lower, and some are like by the time, like yard work, for example, it's however long you do it, because I wanted them to see if you're an employee that makes an hourly wage, there's this, or you can be an employee that charges for one activity, and like, how does that work? Yeah. So some of them are hourly and some of them are per the job.
I love that.
Yes.
I love your heart, Heather, because you truly prioritize your family and your kids, and like you guard that time. And I just respect that so much. I think there's so many, especially for people like us that are super driven, that want to be awesome
And love to work.
and love it.
I love to
like
work.
enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's easy to chase after that because of that immediate reward. But when you've had moments in your life where you've looked back and you're like, like you learn the hard way and you're like, I'm not going to do that again, right? It's not worth it. And so, but it also makes you, because I'm the same exact way. I want to be so efficient. I mean, you will catch me if I'm not on an appointment. I'm here at my office during the workday working, right? Like I'm not out chilling at home.
No, never.
Like I get it done, right? And so it's just because I know that that's what's going to benefit me down the road. So I love that so much. And I just respect your business so much, and you as a human. So
Thank you.
thanks for sharing all of that with us. What didn't we ask you that we should have asked you?
Gosh, I should have known you were going to ask me
Yes.
this. I don't know.
What about you that you think people need to know that you haven't covered?
I think that you can have a successful business and be a good mom at the same time. And I think there's ebbs and flows of it. And so sometimes it's going to be majority of business. And I have no problem telling my kids that I'm going on an appointment and that they're going to not see me or something like that for a minute, to where my youngest Cutter will go, get that money, Heather. And so whenever we're going to do our showings.
By the way, Cutter is I'm literally obsessed with this little boy. It's really bad.
How old is he?
He's the cutest little boy ever. Like,
So,
he's
yes,
so cute.
we love him. So you can be all the things, you just can't be them all at once. And it's okay, and you don't have to be 100% in everything. So my house might not be as clean as everyone else's, or I may have a house cleaner or something like that, and that's okay, and you have to be okay with it. I think it's hard to be A+. We have a joke that I'm a B+ mom, which I'm okay with, because I'm an A+ in business, right? And you can't have A+ all the way across and still have good mental health and a relationship with God and like all those things. And it's okay if some of them are higher than the others. And I think that it's important that our kids see us work and do those things and see the sacrifices and feel them. And I do not feel guilt around that. And so I hope that other people can see that it is okay to sacrifice, and it's okay that your kids see that, because you can do all of it. It's just going to look a little different, and it's going to ebbs and flow. And sometimes you're an A mom and sometimes you're a C, and that is what it is.
I love that.
Okay with it.
I know Gary Keller gave an analogy a long time ago that really stuck with me, and he just described our life as a pendulum, right? And sometimes, you have work over here and family over here, and sometimes your pendulum is going to be swung a little bit higher on the work side. Sometimes it's going to be higher on the family side. Your job is to keep those swings as small as possible so they're not so extreme, right? Where you're killing yourself because you're working and completely forgetting about your family, and vice versa. And I love that picture analogy of just it's okay. Sometimes I am going to swing more on the work side, and then sometimes, thankfully, I get to take a 2-week vacation and be totally present with my family because I put in that work, right? So
is work-life balance even possible as a business owner?
Well, go ahead.
I think it's that pendulum, right?
I think you have to make it a priority for both, and when you're there, do that, and when you're there, do that, and recognize
be where your feet are.
Yes, and that's hard for me because I do love to work. Because to be honest, if I would rather work than go swim in the pool, but when I wrote my 10-year letter and looked like on my deathbed, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I sent out those letters. So you just Yeah.
I love that.
Do you think it is?
That's good.
You're good. Mm-hmm.
All right, Heather.
Okay.
And with our speed round.
Oh.
Ready
Uh-oh.
for our rapid fire.
Okay, let's go.
questions? All right. Favorite color.
Blue.
Favorite drink.
Pepsi.
Favorite food.
Tacos.
Oh, from where? From homemade or what?
No, I hate cooking. Anywhere. I'll eat anyone.
Okay. Do you have a favorite sound?
Oh. Yeah, probably like the horses, like in the morning, like when they're like neighing to like eat. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah.
What about a favorite book?
Oh gosh. No. I'm going to be honest. I don't really love books, and this is why. Because I am such a doer that if I read it, I feel the need to be able to implement it. And in my time in my life right now, I don't have the desire to implement anything more. I just want to do what I'm doing well. And so I have a really hard time disconnecting and not feeling guilt around not being able to execute what's in it. I know that sounds really. So I read my Bible apps.
That's good. What about a favorite podcast?
Yours.
You don't have to say that, but yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah.
What about a favorite vacation?
Oh God. I love vacation anywhere. Like somewhere cool like Hawaii and things like that would be good. But I also love going to Simple, Minnesota. Yeah.
So good.
Oh, and we go to a different rodeo every year that we've never been to. That's my favorite. I take it back. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just pick one.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yep.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Heather, what do you want to be known for?
A mom who was a great mom who also was able to create a big life for my family through work, and that all of my kids are believers and that we will see each other in heaven.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Heather.
Yes.
So
Thank you,
sweet.
guys.
Thanks for listening to the Real Deal podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you can follow us on social media at the Home Selling Team AZ.